Good afternoon, and welcome to On the Spot Motorsports Media. I'm your host, Mitchell Gunter, right along with Robert Simpson. And tonight we're doing something totally different. So we're not going to talk about drag racing. We're not going to talk about circle track racing on the oval, but we're going to get into drifting with Melissa Wahe, which, by the way, she's a stunt driver. She's been an actress in movies. And I tell you what, it's going to be a great night for you and for us. And we're going to learn a little bit about the lingo of drifting, car setups, rules, and talk a little bit about Melissa's company as well. But before we get into that, we got a few commercials. So we'll see you back here in just a moment.
Reliability to drive thousands of miles. Confidence for those who fly high. Redline oil products give you the power to crush the competition. And a track record of being the best. Redline oil products. You push it to the limit. We'll protect it.
Ready to take your engine to the next level? Scorpion Racing Products delivers precision-engineered, high-performance rocker arms that dominate the track. 100% CNC machined in the USA with aerospace-grade aluminum for unmatched strength and durability. Our rocker arms handle extreme conditions with multiple ratios available to fit your needs. Backed by our exclusive lifetime warranty. When performance matters, choose Scorpion Racing Products. Proven, reliable, unstoppable.
With more than 30 years of engine and drivetrain experience, Big Stuff is your one-stop total power management solution. Whether you're controlling a 600 horsepower street car and want the best drivability, or have a 6,000 horsepower race car, need the most bulletproof, reliable control hardware, Big Stuff can do it all. All of our components are designed and manufactured right here in the USA, including our computers, wiring harnesses, touchscreen displays, and more. Nothing is built offshore, and we take pride in being one of the only automotive aftermarket manufacturers that can say this. Learn more at bigstuff3efi.com or connect with us on Facebook and Instagram for more information.
Well, Melissa, I want to thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to join us here tonight. You know, like I was telling people before we brought you on, you know, this is something that we never explored before. We're jumping into drifting. And actually, me and Robert, there's a lot of things that we don't know that we would like to know. And this gives us an ample opportunity to do that. And for those who are kind of not in the know, but they have heard it before, gives them a chance too. And see if they love it as much as you do. Which I can tell you love it by watching some of your videos, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. But thank you so much for coming on, Miss Melissa. We appreciate it. Like Mitchell said, your crazy busy schedule. So I'm glad we were able to work out to where you'd come on. But I got to know, how in the world did you get started? I mean, in drifting, but, you know, what drew you to it?
I loved drifting as soon as I started watching it, really. I was never attracted to the noise so much because it's squealing tires, but it looked like fun. Right. And I thought, if I can do that, I'm in it. Okay. It was never the appeal of how it smelled, because it smells like tires and it sounds like screaming, but it looked like fun. And so the second I got in the car and somebody did it with me in the car, I was like, we're in this to win this. Like, so, and really I drove a rear wheel drive 1981 LTD Crown Victoria when I was in high school. Right. It was my first car. It was called the Princess Cruise Ship. And I lived on dirt roads in Cheyenne, Wyoming. And I drifted every day when I came home from school. There was this road that went along a lake and it had these deep down curves in it. And
Right.
I would get in those little curves and bring that tail end around, and you feel it.
Right.
And so when I figured out that those were the same two feelings, which was not very long after seeing drifting, I was like, I already have done this. I know what that feeling is, and I want to do it some more. And so I got myself a drift car in 2021, and from then on, it was kind of out the window. I was like, I'm doing this. Um, I I did it. My car story starts way back a long time ago, and so, but my racing story, I started out in autocross because I knew I had a car that could do it,
Mm-hmm.
in an all-wheel drive Subaru.
Oh.
And so I started out in autocross, and then I gradually added on another car, and my second car was a drift car.
Okay, okay. That would make sense to see that transition from autocross, being that it's a tight typically that I've seen tight
Hmm.
courses, real tight turns.
Right.
So if it does get away from you, out from under you, it's typically it's part of it. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? You're obviously going for quick time, but you recover quickly. So it sounds like just your upbringing, where you lived, kind of just inherently, drew, guided you towards that. I should
Yeah.
say. So
Well, and I lived in snow and ice too, and that's a
Right.
little drifty, drifty too, you
right.
know? I will say, for those of you out there who are in snow and ice and are like, I'm a drifter, it's harder on pavement.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see, it's a difference because one, you can't help it; it's happening. The other one, you're trying to do it. You're trying
Yes,
to force it to happen.
that's
And
right.
and so, you said you bought your first drift car? Did you buy it, or did you and your husband build it?
Oh no, I bought it.
Okay,
I it's a great story. I went on Let's Make a Deal.
really?
I did. I went on Let's Make a Deal, and I played Spell a Winner is the game I played,
Okay.
and uh, I had spelled Winer, and I only had to get one more N, and I couldn't. I had to pick one more number, and I thought they were tricking me. I was like, there's going to be a trick here. And
Right.
Right.
so I was like, if I pick the five next to the six, that's the trick. And so I was like, I think go with the five or something. And it was the two. And I was like, nope, you picked wrong. And I was like, I can walk away right now and take the money. And he's like, are you sure you don't want to go for the car? And I was like, nope, I picked wrong. I need to take the money. And so he gave me $2,000, or no, yes, $2,000 and $100 from the pregame. I got $2,100. I combined it with the $1,600 COVID stimulus, and I bought my Nissan Z for $3,500 in Torrance, California.
I love it. Please tell me you named your car.
I did. I
And
bought him on the vernal equinox, the spring equinox, and his name is Vern.
okay, okay, I can see it. I was like, "Oh, where's she going?" Okay, okay. I thought you were gonna call it, say, "Make a deal" or something like that. That's what I thought.
No, no, no. His name is Vern because I bought him on the vernal equinox.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Tim, to answer your question, her car is rear wheel drive.
Yes.
Somebody was asking, is
Yes.
it front wheel drive or rear wheel? And it's rear wheel drive. I've never seen
Yep.
anybody able to drift a front wheel drive vehicle because of
Yeah.
the
No,
drive.
it's everything has to be rear wheel drive. You can, or you'll tear out the differential on an all wheel drive. He's a Nissan. He's a 2003 Nissan Z,
Okay,
350Z. I'm
gotcha.
sorry. I left out a big part there. He's a 2003 350Z.
Yeah, no, I was getting. We were getting there. We were getting there.
Yeah, yeah.
But once you bought it, okay, is there any changes that you had to make? I take it, obviously, that you bought a drift car, that it was
my
set up so
gosh.
it had all the safety stuff and all that stuff already built in?
Oh, he was a nightmare when I bought him.
Really?
Oh, he was $3,500. He was a nightmare. I bought him from some takeover kids.
Gotcha.
I want to use a bad word right now. Can you bleep me?
We're
He
good.
was effered. He was effered. All kinds of effered.
What you're saying is he wasn't upright with you, is what you're trying to say.
Well, they were, but they didn't know what they had done to the car.
Gotcha.
So basically, I had to drive him from Torrance to North Hollywood about an hour and 20 minutes with no foot brake, no foot brake, only on the hydraulic.
Oh,
no boost brake,
boy.
only on the hydraulic.
Nice.
What they told me is he just had bad brakes. No, he didn't have bad brakes. You only had one master cylinder in there.
Yeah, you left that little bit of information out.
Yeah.
Jeez,
and they had a chopped up, and I mean a chopped up harness on him. The harness was so chopped I had to get a whole new one.
Right.
I have done so many upgrades on that car. He had an angle kit on him, but it was slaughtered. It wasn't a great angle kit. So I got a new PBM angle kit.
Right.
And put that on him. And I put new coilovers on him. I ended up getting a whole new master cylinder and put his brakes on the regular master cylinder, ran his hydro on an additional master cylinder, put another brake. Wow, you know how to talk.
Master cylinder, brakes, calipers.
Caliper, thank you, on the rear.
Yeah.
And because they didn't even have that going. I mean, they were a mess. They were also street driving him. They also had West Slide across the windshield.
Is that the first thing you took off?
Yes, before I even got on the streets.
Yeah. I'm not a fan of that.
The windshield decals.
Yes.
It was a hot mess when I got him. He didn't have a battery tie down. He didn't have a lot of things.
He was really abused.
He was highly abused. Oh, he had a bungee cord holding his hood down. That was a real slice of heaven. His whole hood was just
So it's 35 and below on the speed is what you should maintain.
Yeah, well,
I got you.
I ended up stopping at an AutoZone in Compton, and that was a real slice of heaven as well. It was just a whole experience. It was a real experience the whole time home. So he got a new hood right away that had nice little well, that got ruined too, but we've been through a lot of iterations together.
I got you. Mitchell and I come from growing up. We had a lot of people that street raced and hustled on the street and all that stuff, and safety and rules were non-existent. So when you say the takeover part, I understand what you mean by that for sure. And when you say the lack of safety or doing things right, I totally get it. I've seen seat belts just screwed to the floorboard. You know what I mean? And bungee cords holding the battery in the gas tank. And
and when he means screwed to the floor, he's being held down with a washer and a sheetrock screwed.
Correct.
Right. Yeah.
And that was it. And the same fiberglass bucket seats were on 2x4s on the edge. But they were painted black, so they looked legit.
That looks official.
Oh yeah. But there's some stuff there, and you just shake your head. You're like going, no. There's a whole lot of no's involved here. No.
Yeah.
But
It
sounds like you had a challenge just getting home.
Yeah, just getting home was a real chore. But even after I got him home, I spent the first year and a half just undoing everything that they had done and getting him to a place where he could actually go on a track and be safe.
Right.
That makes sense.
And then I had to do what I recommend no one do, and that is learn how to drift a drift car. You should never learn how to drift a drift car. You
Really?
should learn how to drift a stock car. You get a bone stock car and then learn how to drift that. Because stock, like a stock Z can drift just fine. A stock rear wheel drive, an FRS, a BRZ, a Z, a 350Z, Mustang.
Right.
You know, you can drift any of those things. Just stock off of the showroom floor. You don't have to be putting angle kits and all of that stuff on them right away. You should always just get used to a plain old Jane old car first.
Now, when you say angle kit, that's to put more steering angle in the front,
Camber.
or is that
Steering
laying the wheels
angle.
in? Okay. Okay.
So there's camber plates, and then you got the angle kit, and so camber is this stuff, and then toe is this stuff, and then angle is this stuff. And so you want the angle so you can get more turn, because you're going to be using that to wheel yourself around, and get yourself turned around. But then, of course, you want your camber too, and you need the camber and the toe plates and all of those things. And so, but you don't need any of that, none of that in the beginning.
Right, to just start to learn.
When you're just starting to learn. And I had a fully loaded little rocket, like a fully loaded little drift rocket.
So you had to unlearn a little bit before you start learning.
Yeah. So I'm out there fighting this drift car, and I'm like, I could do this. And people are like, whoa, no, you didn't need this car. And B, you don't know how to drift yet. And I'm like, I know. And it's very different than other modalities. It's very different than autocross. It's very different than stunt driving. Right. It's different than all of that. And so I'm out there trying to learn how to drift in a fully loaded drift car, and it's just a dumb idea.
Now, I do have a question. While you're drifting, do y'all use the e-brake handle? Any?
Okay, so that's the thing. Yes, you do. And there are so many different ways to learn how to drift. I was not comfortable with the e-brake at all, because first of all, my e-brake didn't even freaking work when I first got my car. It didn't even work.
Right.
Like, I was bleeding brake fluid everywhere. I had brake juice going all over the place because I had a freaking hole in my brake line, and I didn't know it, because I didn't know what my e-brake was even supposed to feel like. So because I didn't know that car, and so I'm sitting there pumping it, it's going out in my freaking rear, like, because 350s don't have a rear
axle.
back seat.
They
don't have that. They don't have a back seat. So the way they ran this line, the kids had a line going through the rear area, and they had ripped all of that out. So it was actually in the trunk. So when I'm sitting here pushing on this thing, I've got brake fluid going out in the trunk.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Wow.
I don't freaking know that, because these kids cut and paste everything. And so I didn't know what it was supposed to feel like. I just couldn't figure out why nothing was fucking working.
But you found out quickly, though, right? So,
I did.
Yeah.
So,
unfortunately,
some people say that the e-brake is a cheat code. Well, I just figured that out, like maybe 6 months ago. Because I learned by doing what's called the Scandinavian flick, which is just rolling, it's rolling your load. It's transferring the weight of the car to help move it so that it pulls its weight around, and and then you modulate your
gas and brake
modulation, your gas. You modulate the gas, and that is how you are keeping your slide going.
Okay.
And so other people are actually setting angle with the e-brake, and then they modulate their gas and keep the slide going.
Right.
Okay.
Well,
And setting the throttle that way. And so I didn't learn how to use my e-brake until like just a little while ago. And now I know how to do it. But that's a cheat code for so many people. So many people do that first.
Right.
They have always just used their e-brake to set that angle and pull the slide around, because it will put a brake on and then slide.
You know what other motorsports?
That's a cheat code.
Well, I guess it is.
Cheat code.
Compared to what you did, yeah.
Yeah.
You know what other motorsports that does that, don't you? That uses the e-brake?
What's that?
Rally racing.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, for setting the corners. Okay.
I consider rally racing part of like my baby, because like I can rally in my my WRX.
Right. Okay. Yeah. It's got that heritage there, so that
Yeah,
makes
yeah.
sense. It took me a second. I was like, where are you going with this, Mitchell? It's like, where are you going with this? But
I've worked at a European rally performance driving school years ago, and I got where I could do it. They're like, take the car out. I started working on the cars, and they say, hey, take the car out, run it down the track, go into a turn, pull the e-brake, slide it around. And so I learned how to do all of that while I was working there. And it's a pretty scary thing at first when you first do it. But after a couple times doing it, you get kind of used to it, because I would have to go out there and try the car out, make sure everything was working before students came in and got behind the wheel with the instructor.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you see that.
And that's the one place it won't rip out your differential.
Well, yeah, that's
when you
true.
do it all-wheel drive.
That is true. Now, it sounds like what you call the cheat code, okay, which makes sense how you explain it, but it sounds like it allows you to go deeper in the corner before you got to kick the back end to start coming around, whereas you have to set up ahead of time, not using the e-brake to get it to rotate, start to rotate around and start controlling it. So you'd have to do it, I'm assuming, earlier in the turn. Okay, and I guess it or through practice to where you can come out the backside, whereas the e-brake allows you to go deeper in it. I take it. Is that right?
It does, and it allows you to really place your car exactly where you want it. And when you're doing something like a tandem where you're with another car and you're sliding around together, you have to be able to place your car exactly where you want it.
Right.
Makes
and
sense.
So, and that's why I had to learn that e-brake, is because it will pull you in and set your car exactly where you want it.
Makes
So
sense. What when you were talking about, you came out the first time with your car and you're out there, like you said, initially practicing with it, and you weren't having the initial success you're hoping. Obviously, I know what you said about the brake and stuff like that, and you said people were like going, hold up. What was the initial advice people gave you in order to progress forward with what you were doing?
Oh, I was fighting the car, and it was so true. It was so true. I would try to steer, and I would steer forward and steer back.
Okay.
Where I think you might have video of where when you watch when I'm steering, the steering wheel will come back on its own. The Z self-steers.
Right.
I'll tell you what, I'm going to play that here in just a second.
Yeah, because I would steer and then steer back, and you don't have to fight the car the whole time. It will come back for you and guide into your next drift.
I got you.
And then guide into your next drift.
I got you. You basically, when you get it sent one direction and it starts catching and coming back, just kind of like let it float back.
Yeah.
And off hands off the steering wheel, so to speak. Not saying that's
Yeah.
exactly what you do. So that'll
And
help
then
write
your
itself
memory, you get your muscle memory as to where you need to catch it to get into your next drift. And then where
Okay.
you need to push the brake again to catch your next drift. And where
Okay.
you need to push the brake again and where you need to catch your steering wheel.
Oh, okay. Okay. That makes sense. It's easier said than done, but that does make sense. But, and someone.
But you learn very quickly.
Well, like you said, you come from the environment initially when you're younger, dirt roads and stuff, where obviously you had to manhandle it,
Right.
or to get it to go where you needed to go and not let it get away from you. So then you go to an environment where you actually do want it to get away from you a little bit.
Exactly.
And then catch it and then bring it back. And so,
right.
Yeah. I don't come from that world.
And you have to trust it. And you also have to put speed into it at the same time. Speed is your friend in drifting. Speed is your friend.
You got to have that momentum.
Pull it back. You have to have that momentum. And then you use this e-brake to pull it back when you need it, but without losing the slide.
Without losing the momentum. Okay.
Yeah.
It makes sense, and you see it on TV and stuff like that, but it's still like, I get it, but just actually talking to somebody, it's like going, how do you progress or how do you get started? And like you said, start off with a stock vehicle, but in a safer environment than what we see examples on TV. Yeah. Find somewhere where you can actually do this. Because whenever you say takeover, I know what you mean, and I think we've had some definitely here in Florida. Fortunately, not too many around me, thank goodness. But still, we've had some people acting a fool on straightaways and open ramps and whatnot.
And I don't do that. The bottom line is my subscription to my membership, they call it a subscription here, but my membership to my track is $465 a year.
Okay.
I can go to my track any day I want that there's not a private event.
Really?
And practice for $465 a year. And
That's not bad.
I go once a week for the full day. And
is that
practice.
Is that Apple Valley?
That's Apple Valley.
Okay. I was like, because I when I saw it, I was like going, is this a designated drift track or is it?
So it's not. It's a kart track, it's a motorcycle track, and it's a motor vehicle track. And I go once a week. I go for about 8 hours. I'll practice for about 30 minutes, and then I take about 45 off, and then I practice for 30 and take 45 off. My arms get so tired. Vern is not a highly
user-friendly.
He's super user-friendly, but the steering on him is tight.
Very heavy. Very heavy.
Very
Gotcha.
heavy. And so my arms get very tired. And when they start getting tired, I make mistakes. You can tell. I'll either fly off the track. It's usually 2 times in a run. That's when I'm really tired. Because I'm like, okay, time to go in. Because I stop catching the steering wheel.
Just the way you said it, just casually. I usually when I fly off the track about 2 times. It's I'm tired, and I'm like going, fly off the track. I know what you mean, but just didn't you say it so casually? I just want to fly off the track. So no big deal.
I tell you what, we got a couple of videos. I'm going to show them real quick, and so everybody, we'll be right back.
still fucking good. Still good.
I was so far behind. Just watching the videos, I was so far behind mentally.
Oopsie, I can't hear.
Oh.
I'm not
Can you hear
hearing
me?
anything.
Oh, no.
Let's see.
Mitchell.
There we go.
Can you hear
All
me
right.
now? Yeah, okay. No, I was saying I was so far behind.
No.
Oh.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
But you can't hear me. Yeah, that's typical.
No, I love the videos because it gives you a good sense of what it's like if you're in the driver's seat of the car drifting. That is exactly what you see.
Yeah.
I wish we could see your footwork and your work on the e-brake because I tell you, it takes a lot of patience to be able to work your brake, work your gas, and pull the e-brake when you need to. And you can see where you get in there deep and the car slides. So that is when you're actually pulling the e-brake to get that momentum to shift around for you. And as you straighten up to go back into the next turn.
Yeah. And I'm trying, most of them are trying not to straighten up anymore. We're trying just to stay sideways.
Right.
So, yeah, I have been working so hard just to make sure that I get as deep into those corners as possible and stay as sideways as possible. And my biggest thing lately has been working on tandeming and just staying as close to another car as possible throughout that.
Yeah.
So how is it to drive right next to another car and take those turns? It's got to be
terrifying.
It's got to be your adrenaline's got to be pumping, right?
It is. I love leading more than chasing because when I'm leading, I don't even think about them behind me. I just try to shut it out, and I'm like, yep, somebody's behind me. Hope they make it. Hope they don't hit me. That'll be nice.
Right.
And I just go through my thing, and I just don't pay attention. But when I'm chasing, I have to pay attention. I have to stay up there, and I have to stay close to their door. And I always feel like I'm like, okay, hurry up, Vern, let's go, Vern, come on, Vern, let's go. And it gives me this feeling of hurry.
Right.
But, and so I tend to make more mistakes when I'm chasing.
Right.
I just noticed that in my practice.
Okay.
So with that, talking about running tandem, and that's how your points are calculated during a drifting event, correct?
Yes.
Is how close that you can mimic the other car's move and stay with them, and then the role of reverses, they have to do the same thing to you, and that's how you tell if you won, if you got more points than the other competitor, you move on to the next round. Is that correct?
Right. Yeah. So when you're in the lead, your points are based on if you stay in the proper line, which your line is staying to the outside of the curves. When you're doing a curve, you want to stay the deepest you can stay and still stay on the track.
Okay.
Then you want to come in, clip the corners, and then stay to the outside of all the corners, come in, clip them, and then get prepared to go to your next corner. And so that's how they judge the lines. Then when you are, and you have to set a steady pace. You can't hurry up and then slow down and then hurry up and slow down. Then when you're on the chase, you want to, again, keep consistent lines, but you want to follow the line of the person in front of you. You want to stay close to their door, and you want to stay even with their pace, no matter how they set it.
Now, because
they're going to be judged on their pace, you are going to be judged on how you set with their pace.
Oh, when you're chasing, okay, do you stay in the high line also?
So that's is somebody writing?
Yeah, yes, I wanted to know. I guess he's wanting to know how many tires do y'all use per race? Like if you had a pair of tires, can y'all run multiple events with them?
Yeah, well, not multiple events, but multiple races per event. So like, you can do a follow and a chase for sure. Or I mean, a follow and a chase is the same thing. A lead and a chase for sure.
Right.
I wouldn't do multiples of those on the same tires.
Okay.
So if I was going to do, so I could probably get away with two leads and two follows on the same pairs of tires.
Okay.
Well, that's going to get pretty expensive changing those tires out.
Yeah. I run like Lionhearts.
Okay.
Or Good Trips. I don't run like Goodyears.
Right.
Or
Toyos or right.
Yeah. I get the specials off of Go Fix It's got some, and like Amazon has them.
Right.
Yeah.
Just get them by the truckload. Just get them by the truckload.
Right.
It's like $60 a tire, and we'll go through 4 tires or 6 tires at competition.
Right. It makes sense. I mean, because you're going to tear the tires up. I mean, you just are. You're going to go through them fast. And why put a tire on there that costs $275? So that's 2 tires that you need on the back, and that's too expensive. And
I will cord. I usually go through 2 to 4 tires during a practice day, but I've got a sweet spot in my tires that I really like, and that's the spot that I want to hit for competition.
Right. That makes sense.
It's like right in the middle of the tire.
Get them more down to a certain spot where you're happy.
I can't hear him. Can you hear him?
He was talking about getting the tires wore down to a certain spot where you can use them, and perform really well on them, and then after that, it's time to put another set on. So it's kind of like say like most of your guys who run ovals, they go in there, scuff the tires to a certain extent that they want the race. You're just going out there and getting your tires worn down to a certain area that's good for you to be able to perform on while drifting.
I put on new tires at the beginning, and then I go and I warm them, and I like them as soon as they've been through one race, just one track run. I like them right there, until they've been through like 3 track runs. Then I don't like them anymore. Then they get too hot and too melty.
Makes
And
sense.
then I can use them for practice after that, but I don't like them for competition anymore.
Correct.
I got
Correct.
you.
So how many races do you actually race a year?
That I compete in 5.
Okay.
There's
Now-
5 in the drift challenge that are actually 5. There's like 5 in the series.
Where are they located, Mitchell?
Robert want to know where are they all located? Robert's having a
They're-
couple of problems with his mic, and I'm trying to fix it on my end, and I'm not having no success.
Oh. They're all at AVS, and then we're going to New Mexico, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh man!
So we do different parts of AVS.
I want to ask so many more questions, but I can't because you can't hear me, Mitchell.
I was going to ask you, Robert, if you want to remove yourself and just rejoin and see if that clears it up.
Okay, I'll try that.
So Robert's going to jump out for a minute and jump
Okay.
back in and see if that clears up his mic so you're able to hear him. But
Okay.
Y'all talk. Y'all continue with yourselves.
We will. We will. But I mean, when you look at drifting, it is like you're trying to make the car dance. That's kind of what it's like. You're trying to find a good rhythm. It's a rhythm thing. Like you're talking about the speed, it has to be a certain way.
Yeah.
So you're
It's
trying
like
to find
a
that rhythm.
modulation. It's a modulation with your feet and with your hands. And then your brake and your modulation on your can I hear you?
I don't know. Can you hear me? She can't
I
hear me.
can't.
Oh.
I can hear you.
I'm not getting that.
I can hear him, but for some reason it won't go through for Robert to talk.
It's all right. I'll be quiet.
Wait, I can't hear
No.
Mitchell anymore either.
Uh-oh.
You can't hear me either?
I can't hear you anymore either.
Can't hear me?
Test 1 2. Test 1 2.
Nothing. Can't.
That's really weird.
Do I have to remove myself?
If you want to, go ahead and go out and come back in and see if it clears it up.
Yeah.
Try it.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. She's going to jump out and try to come back in so we can
Hopefully
continue with the podcast. But
I tell you, I'm fascinated by this stuff because just the scoring alone and the car control is amazing. But I like what she said. She's emphasizing that you don't have to get a drift vehicle to start, but start with your regular vehicle, rear-wheel drive, of course, but in a safe manner. None of the shenanigans that we've all seen on TV and the jokes with Mustangs and all that kind of stuff. So we don't want to do that. But she should be coming back on here in a moment. But yeah, for definitely, I like this because this definitely sounds like a grassroots thing. And the good thing is the Ultimate Drift Challenge.
Okay.
can you hear us now?
Can you hear us?
Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Can you
I
hear
can't
us?
hear you.
Okay. I'm gonna kick you from the studio. Just go back to that link and click on it and
There's
come back
something I
in.
need to push.
So I'm gonna kick you.
She can't hear you, Mitchell.
Go out of that.
You want me to text her real
I can't
quick?
hear you.
Yeah, just text her. I'm gonna go ahead and kick her out, and then she can reboot up and come back in. We've never had that problem so far on a podcast, which is really stunning. But I tell you, being able to sit down with someone and talk about, about drifting and how everything works, it is pretty neat. I got a little sample of it, like I said, years ago, working at a European Rally Performance driving school, and they was teaching how to use the e-brake to be able to slide around corners. I mean, you hardly ever touch your brake pedal. It's usually just your e-brake. And there is also, if you don't have an e-brake, there's always.
Ah,
Hey, can you hear us now?
I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
All right.
I can hear you.
Yes. Yes. Victory.
No, I was just explaining a little bit about rally racing and what you do, and till you came back on. But
Yeah.
I'm glad that you can hear us now.
Yeah, I know.
That's great.
I'm sitting there just flapping my gums and all this stuff. People out there laughing at me and things, and you can't hear a single question. So
No.
no. What I was going to say is something I enjoy about it, about that I'm learning more about drifting, is it definitely seems to be a grassroots sport, and I know it goes all the way up to the professionals. But I like the way that you're saying that you don't have to go buy a drift car, as you say.
No.
You don't have to buy a Vern or an example of Vern. Okay,
No.
but start with your own rear-wheel drive car. But
Yes.
and what you emphasize, and I like it, is that do it in a safe manner.
Yes.
In a controlled environment, which we
Yes.
completely agree with, because that's what we were talking to Mitchell about. Now, something I was originally going to ask before I got rudely cut off with, is you were talking about the scoring mechanism, and that you have the leader, and the chaser. Okay,
Uh-huh.
and how the leader always takes the high line. Okay, that's part of it for the scoring stuff. So they always take the high line, and then the transition down to the next corner to take the high line there. And so the car that's following has to sweep behind it and get as close in position going through the turn, and then back out enough so that the front driver can rotate back. And I think that's really the trick. I mean, I say the trick. There's more to it. But I think that's really the trick, is trying to get as close as you can, but not hitting. And
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
that's
It's
the
like
best
you have to mimic their move. You have to be right on with them as you are the trailing car, and then they have to do the same thing with you. And whoever does the best job of that scores the most points, and they get to go on to the next competitor.
So saying that, if the lead car spins out or the trailing car spins out, that round's done, right?
Correct.
Okay. So, and if they both spin out, it's a push?
There's a one more time.
Yeah.
Okay. That's what I'm referring to. Same thing.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah.
meaning we do it again, and
Yep.
and until you settle it. So okay. So you get one round of each. One round of leading and one round of reversing the
following.
roles of following. So they get 2 runs.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, then it comes down to the judges to determine
Yep.
on the scoring based on what they visually saw. Now, who are the judges?
They're usually people who are really good at drifting. So, like in Formula Drift, they're usually people from Japan. Japan is where drifting was born.
Right.
And so they are the guys from Japan, or in the Ultimate Drift Challenge, they can be some of the Formula Drift people, or, it just depends on who we have available to us.
Okay. Because I didn't know if the same judges go around from event to event, or if participants have to be judges for different things. I didn't know if it was that way or not. Okay,
No.
that makes sense. Now,
Yeah.
something that's unique that I do like, and you mentioned, is that in the Ultimate Drift Challenge, there's basically 2 classes, a 215 and a 235, which is the designated tire size.
Right.
Okay, and you're competing in the 215
I am.
size, and I can see that as being both a challenge, excuse the pun, a challenge, but somewhat of a hindrance, because you want to move up with more grip, but the thinner, the smaller the tire, it's easier for the drift, but also makes it more challenging to keep it controlled.
Yeah. I've been practicing up till now on a 235, but I just found out that I was invited in the 215 class, and so I'm going to be starting practice with 215s, and we're going to see how I do, because that's what I'm competing at. So
Gotcha.
I'm going to learn how to control Vern on a 215 tire, and it's a 215 45 18, and I was before on a 235 40 18, so it's going to be easy peasy.
Minuscule
Um,
comparatively.
yeah,
But
yeah.
how does somebody get invited, like what you're doing? How does that happen?
Well, the drift community is small, comparatively, and like a lot of car communities are. And I showed up at one of their what they call a mini comp, which was just a tiny little competition that they had, and then they had a track day on top of it. And so I showed up and said, I want to be part of the track day. I'm not going to be involved in the mini comp because I didn't know I was good enough yet.
Right.
And so I showed up on the track day, and they were like, yeah, you're good enough. Do you want to participate in our season? And I was like, yeah.
Yes, it's what I'm working for. You know.
And then I wrote him a couple days later, and I was like, so how does the roster look? And they were like, what do you mean? And I was like, any other chicks in the roster? And they were like, nope. And I was like, I was just checking. I believe I might also, I might be wrong about this, but I'm pretty sure I'm not. I think I might be the oldest person too.
Really?
I turn 47 next week.
Oh, I didn't know that. Didn't know
Uh,
that. She got a call.
Yeah, she'll be right back.
Yeah. She got a call. Well, my compliments. I never knew, but I'm glad it doesn't change anything. The fact that she got her invite uh, to the Ultimate Drift Challenge is really really cool. So I think that's going to be good. And running 5 events, I think she said 5 events, and this year they're also going to New Mexico.
Correct.
So they're all running in Apple Valley, which is California. Okay, 5 of them, and then New Mexico. So I wonder. I got to look more and see because I know down here at the Freedom Factory that they used to have drifting events. Now
They still do. They have them at Orlando Speed World. They do drifting there. Um, there's several places here in Florida that does it. I mean, it's starting to grow. I mean, drifting is starting to grow rapidly.
right,
And we was talking earlier about the drifting movie that's coming out. That's just going to encourage more people to try it. But please, if you try it in a safe environment. Don't go out and do it on a public highway. Go to a track uh, like Melissa and do it there. Do
right,
your
and
learning there on a track.
I think at the Freedom Factor, I think Clutch Kicker is what sponsors it to put on those events. And I tell you, they're from what I watched on TV, they are really really cool shows to see. So I look forward to actually going to see one in person because, like I said, there's a lot going on that just from watching it for the first time,
There
you
we
just
go.
don't understand. There you are.
Sorry, I don't know how I got kicked off.
We
Yeah.
figured you probably got a phone call.
Yeah, we figured that was the case.
Probably.
Wasn't us. It wasn't us.
Anyway, go ahead.
But no. What I was what we're starting to share is I said we think it's great that you're getting an invite to the Ultimate Drift Challenge. Okay, and the fact that there's 5 races there in California where you're at, and then New Mexico with the one, it's really really great. And then we were talking about here locals, like we think are actually down in Orlando and Bradenton. They do drifting, and there's other places that do drifting, and we need to look into that a little bit more to see.
It's definitely growing. It's growing more and more
Mm-hmm.
every time that you look at it. More people's wanting to get involved. Like I told Robert, we were talking about the movie Drift. That's I don't know if it's came out yet, but I know it was being promoted a lot at SEMA during the SEMA show.
Yeah.
And that's going to just encourage more young people, I think, to get into that type of sport. And, with that being said, kids, young adults, please don't do it on the street. Take it to a track.
Please don't do it on the street.
Yeah,
It's it's dangerous. It's not a good idea. You don't know what other cars are going to do. Just do it at the track.
Yeah, do it at a controlled environment.
Right, and that's where I wish cities, including Jacksonville, where I live, would step up and provide an area so that it can be organized and be in a safe environment, so that people, kids, whatever like that, can go out in a safe environment and practice and do, you know what I mean, have fun
Yeah.
until they move on to another event. But at least have an environment. I don't mean like turn into an Australian pit, but hey,
Right.
if you got a burnout pit, you got a burnout pit. You know what I mean?
I don't know. The one in Australia is pretty daggum bad. I really enjoy watching that.
I would go to the Supernats in a heartbeat if I could, but that's a totally different subject altogether. Now, I tell you what, Miss Melissa, we've been talking all about your drifting, but you are very, very busy. Okay, you got so much going on. I mean, from starting in Wyoming, when you grew up in Wyoming, I mean, to going to school, to coming to California, to start drifting. You're involved in the movie industry. You're a stunt driver, drifter, and you also own and operate Karma Care California, which is a unique business. Okay, you mind sharing with everybody what that is?
Yeah, so I run a company where I teach women and teens basic car care, car maintenance, and emergency preparedness in their vehicles, and men as well. I had a couple men in my class this week. So I do not discriminate against anybody. I want everybody to learn and be safe. I teach everything from how to jumpstart your car from another vehicle to how to jumpstart your car from a jump box, how to inflate tires, how to change tires, how to check your fluids, how to change some fluids. What does your maintenance schedule look like? When you take your car for maintenance, what is that 21-point inspection that they're doing? And what does that mean? What is the difference between tempered and laminate windows? And what does that mean for you if you have to escape your vehicle in an emergency? How do you break those windows? There's a huge difference between tempered and laminate windows. We talk about like pepper spray versus pepper gel, and why you always want pepper gel instead of pepper spray, because pepper gel is more viscous and it sticks to your attacker, and you want UV marked pepper gel because that way the police can find your attacker with a black light, which is what they use to look for people in the dark, and so you want that. And so I talk a lot about safety, a ton about safety. I also talk about how to avoid hydroplaning in your vehicle and what to do if you do start hydroplaning. I talk about tires and how to, like, what is a tread checker? Things like that. And when the tire guy is like, hey, you have an all-wheel drive car, you need to get all 4 tires. Why is that? Versus you have a rear-wheel drive car, we can move these around here and this to that,
Right.
Because so many women are like, well, he told me I had to get all 4 tires and I think he's ripping me off. Well, you have a Subaru Outback. That's an all-wheel drive car. You have less than 6/13 of tread left on your vehicle. So now you do actually have to get all 4 tires.
Right.
That's actually good. I never honestly thought about that in the manner that you're teaching it. But it totally makes sense. You're providing an opportunity for people, and teaching them, like you said, not only the basics, but on up to there and explaining why some things might be the way they are, and what to look for. And I appreciate the information on the, like you said, the pepper spray and stuff like that. My wife has stuff in her vehicle for safety and things. I need to go and check, honestly, and see what's there, because I don't remember off the top of my head. So
I know what we carry in the vehicle.
Yeah, I know we do too, but that's a totally, we're not talking about that. We're not talking about that. We're talking about pepper spray. We're talking about pepper spray. State of Florida has different rules, different laws. But anyway, but no, so that's something that I find very, very unique. Now, and you have classes. How often do you have classes?
So right now we have them twice a month. It just depends. We have a 101 class and a 201 class. And then I also have a car enthusiast class where I have special classes just for people who are car enthusiasts. So like I have a drifting class coming up for people who want to get into drifting. And so that's a special class altogether that's just for car enthusiasts who
Okay.
are more into cars and want to learn more about a specific genre of cars and driving. And then I also have a precision driving one coming up. And then I have a moms and cars, which is different even further because we talk about car seats. I'm a certified car seat specialist, and so or a baby. It's a child safety seat specialist. That's what I am. That took 40 hours of my life, by the way, to get it to be a certified car seat specialist. So I am one of those as well. And so we talk about those.
Which is very important because,
very important.
when you get in a car, a lot of people don't understand that you have to look for the metal hooks and the seat, and you have to attach there. Just not the seat belt goes through and makes a
Right.
loop, but all those attachment points and where to find them on the vehicle. That's very
Well, and you have to cross-reference that with your owner's manual of your car. You cross-reference the owner's manual of the child safety seat with the owner's manual of the vehicle. It's like a whole thing. And we also have a whole nother manual called the latch manual that we cross-reference that with. So yeah, it's a really involved process, actually.
Wow.
Yeah.
It sounds like it because the first thing that I think of is improperly positioning the front seat with airbags.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm like going, ugh. So I'm
You
always.
don't put child safety seats in the front. Exactly.
That's why I'm always
Yeah.
reluctant if I'm out in the field and I'll pull up on a stoplight and there's somebody that has a rearward facing baby seat.
Yep.
Whether there's a child in it or not, but they have one sitting in the passenger seat, and in my mind, I'm like, no.
Nope.
I can't emphasize the nope enough. It's like
Well,
don't do it.
And I'm also I am a rep for Type S, which has they have cameras, they have jump starters, they have all kinds of things. And I demonstrate their jump boxes in my class. I don't demonstrate them because we don't have live batteries in class, but I show people how they work as much as I can. And then people get 10% off of anything that they, on my website. And then also there's a company called Little Traveler, and it has a camera that focuses on your baby in the back seat, so that you don't have moms doing this
right.
while they're driving.
Yep.
Because guess what? You run into cars in front of you while you're doing this, checking on your baby. So they have a company that has like video cameras and puts a little screen right here so that you can do this instead of doing that,
Makes sense.
And I'm a rep with them as well, or not a representative, but just, I get a little kickback if they buy those products because they're great products.
Right. You believe in the products, yeah.
I absolutely do.
Yeah,
Type S and Little Traveler are the two companies that are just great products for my customers.
Do they make anything to warn someone that their child is still in the car seat before they get out of the vehicle after they turn it off? Because I know that's been a really trouble spot across the United States. Someone is asked to take their kid to daycare. It's not the normal routine. They get in the car and they drive straight to work. They forget to drop the kid there off at daycare, and the kid is left unattended in the car, and then we all know what can happen.
Yeah. I think Little Traveler has something for that too, actually.
Okay.
I think they do. They have such a wide variety of items. The one that I loved the most was the video, because it just keeps you from running into things. But I think they do.
Okay.
That's good.
I talked to a
Yeah.
company a while back, and I was trying. I says, this is all you have to have. It's just a mat that weighs the weight that is
Yeah.
in the car seat, and once the motion of the car stops, it will give you a warning
Mm-hmm.
that your child's still in the back seat.
Yeah.
Right. Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking about that as you were saying that, and then I was just having flashbacks when I was a child. My grandmother, she was extremely nimble with her arm and flip flop or whatever was in her hand to take care of any of us in the back seat. And if she couldn't see us, she made a point that I can't see you, so you had to make sure to be upright and stuff, or that hand or whatever was going to be flying your way. So I'm glad things have improved.
Yeah.
I'm so glad things have improved. But
Yeah.
I tell you, I think it is great. Now, what drew you to create Karma Care? Obviously, you saw an opening or a need. So
Oh yeah.
What drew
Yeah.
you to it?
I actually, I did a back walkover in yoga. I ruptured 2 discs in my back. I had a back surgery, and
In
I died
yoga?
in yoga. And I I did a
Okay.
back walkover. I died on the operating table.
Oof.
And when I woke up from that, I had gotten staph infection in my spinal cord, and I lost all the feeling in my left leg. And I decided that my rehab was very long and tedious. And one of the things I decided to do to rehab my left leg was go out to the track.
Okay.
And in Colorado, autocross, which is what I decided to do because I had an all-wheel drive WRX, it was a 2008, was every weekend because they only have the season from like April to September.
Right.
And so I was out there every weekend. I had a clutch in my car, which was why I wanted to rehab at the track, was pushing in that clutch. And there was nobody out there really to help me learn everything I wanted to, that I needed to know for the track. Like, I didn't know how to change a tire quickly. I didn't really know how to change a tire anymore. Like, my dad had taught me when I was 15, but this is when I was 34 and I didn't know what I was doing. And so I didn't know how to check all the things I needed to know. And everybody else out there was busy. They were racing. And so they would be helpful. They weren't jerks. They just were busy.
Right.
And so I had to learn at the school of YouTube. And it was the University of YouTube all the way. And so I was like looking for stuff. I was looking for places to help me, and there just was nothing. And I was like, well, I'm going to do it myself then. So I did it. I just started Karma Care. And it didn't really fly in Denver. It just didn't really go anywhere. And so then when I came to California, I came here to be a stunt driver and an actor, and I did it. But then COVID hit, and then the strikes hit, and one of my friends was like, listen, you're going to definitely be able to be a stunt driver, precision driver. You're doing it. It's happening, but you're not going to be able to hang your hat on this.
Right.
And I was like, yeah, I get it. And she's like, you should start Karma Care again. And I was like, yeah. And so I did.
And it's been taken off ever since?
And it's been taken off ever since.
It's really handy because there's a lot of homes that don't have mothers and fathers living in the same house, and so a daughter doesn't have their father to go out there and teach them these life lessons that they need to know so they don't get ripped off. So you're providing that for them, because I'll tell you, a salesperson in the automotive field will take advantage of a female in a minute.
Yep. And here's the other thing. There's a lot of teenage boys who don't know. And there's a lot of their fathers that don't know.
Right. I agree.
It's been very interesting to hear about how many people just don't know. And some people know some of the basics that I teach, but I have really filled up my curriculum with things that people don't know. Like tempered and laminate glass wasn't a thing back in the day.
Right.
So even some of my old school people are like, well, I didn't know that. I know you hit tempered in the corner, but I don't know anything about laminate glass. What are we doing with tungsten carbide tips? And I'm like, yeah, you need those. And so some of the stuff that people didn't like, they just didn't need to know that. And now you do.
Right.
And so I'm just, I do research all the time. Anytime I see something on Instagram that I'm like, yeah, that's something people need to know, I jot it down in my notes. I create new slides. I figure out, okay, this is new information. This is old information. This isn't current anymore. Now I have to start a 301. I even have a beginning to a 301 started because these are things that are starting.
What's going to be in the 301 course?
We have some damage loss on your insurance.
Okay.
When you are in an accident with a brand new car and you go through your insurance, that first payment that they give to you, that should be at least half of what your damage is from your first accident that you get in that is not your fault. It's called a damage loss payment.
Huh.
Okay.
Okay.
It's a big chunk of money that the insurance agent or that the insurance company owes you because your car will never be worth as much as it was.
Very true.
New. And you can't sell it that way again.
Huh.
So you get what's called a damage loss payment.
So that's something clearly to make that you're showing us tonight, making somebody aware of this, and that if that is not happening that way, it's within your right to pursue it.
Yes. But you only get to ask for it one time because you'll sign something after they give you your car back. You sign something that says you don't get to ask for any more money.
So that's where you ask for this before you sign anything.
Yes.
Get
you
your
have to
car.
ask for your damage loss before you get that car back. Because when you get that car back, you sign something that says you're not going to ask for any more money.
It's a little loophole there.
Yep.
Or lack of, or however you wish to call it. But either way you look at it, not good.
Right.
Not good.
But
Sure.
like one of the biggest things that I do with Karma Care is I make sure that I try to save women money. I try to save women time. I try to save them from being ripped off. I try to save them from being humiliated. I try to teach them how to speak mechanic. We have a whole section on speaking mechanic. I also teach them 511, which in California is your free roadside assistance if you're on any freeway in California. And many, many states have free roadside assistance because you're impeding the highways. If you break down on any highway or freeway in the state, you're impeding traffic.
That's assuming that you're in the lane, correct?
No, even if you're on the side of the road.
Oh, okay.
Most states have this. I'm sure Florida has it as well.
I need to look into it.
They do have one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. See, learn something new every day.
What do you know what the number is?
I'm assuming it's the same. Isn't it?
I think it is 511.
It might be 511 as well. But yeah, you are almost, I think you're required by law to do it here, but nobody knows about it, so nobody enforces it. But it's 511, and it's your free roadside assistance. They'll do anything for you to get you off that highway or freeway. It's called a freeway, not a highway.
Right.
You're absolutely right. It is in Florida, 511.
Yeah.
It's 501?
No, 511.
511.
Okay. Yeah, I remember seeing it on the signs. You know, where they get the little telephones?
Yeah.
Emergency phones?
Yeah.
Right. Now,
So
Go ahead.
I teach people that every day, and nobody knows that. But it's a lifesaver.
It literally is.
Yeah.
That's like I said, I appreciate that. Like I said, learn something new every day. And I'm sure it's sometime in the past I've heard it, but I sure didn't remember it. So that's good to hear. Now I just need to look into it and see how big of vehicles they tow off the road. Yeah, I'm sure it's not trucks and trailers and all that stuff, but you never know. And,
They will. They will. They'll tow anything that impedes traffic.
oh wow. Okay. Well, don't get my mind turning any more on that one. That's for sure. You know what I mean? But I tell you. But then, okay, so you came to Hollywood for the driving, and you got involved in acting. Okay, you've been in many different roles through your career, and then, but your sole thing that you really wanted to do was the precision driving and the stunt driving. Is that what really drew you?
Mm-hmm.
And but I tell you, you ever been on scene and you're like, you kind of get carried away with whatever you're doing, because you're having fun, or is it just like, no, you're just so focused, you just do it and walk away?
When there are $1 million cameras, you just get focused and walk away.
Okay. I mean, do your job. But I mean, just
Yeah.
really into it, really enjoying it. You know what I mean?
Oh, you really enjoy everything. Oh, you really enjoy everything. You soak it up. I was on the Warner Brothers set the other day, and just it was nighttime, and it was cold, and I was just so grateful to be there. I got to look at that Warner Brothers water tower, and I was just so grateful to be there. There's nothing about me that is just not taking it in every day, every single day. I love my job.
You got some cool ones. I mean, that is that is very, very cool. Now sorry, I got to get back on the drifting. I'll get so carried away. Now tell me, when does your season start?
May 8th and 9th.
Really? So late?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're May through October.
Oh, man. So that leaves you plenty of time to practice, or is there any other drifting events that's happening earlier than that?
I just did one 2 weeks ago. There's a million events every weekend. If you want to do an event every weekend, you can.
Is there anything near you?
Everything's near me.
Okay.
I think like the Am Slam is coming up next weekend. I just can't do it because I have a class next weekend.
I got you. So
yeah.
So clearly, the way you're definitely in a location where drifting is available. All the time. Okay, through competition or more local meets.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming all over California, not just where you're located.
Right.
Okay, so that's definitely they don't have many drag strips now in California, but they definitely have places to drift. So at least
they just have Pomona as our last drag strip, I think.
Really?
Well, it's not our last one, but it's our biggest one.
Right.
And Sonoma.
Oh, and Sonoma.
Is Sonoma back? Because I know there's Bakersfield, Sonoma, Verona is an 8th mile track, and then Pomona. But you're right, Pomona is the biggest one.
Yeah.
By far, and that's a shame. But anyway, we won't get into that. But that's what we enjoy is drag racing.
Yeah.
For sure.
I enjoy anything that's car related, really.
That's true. And now Mitchell and I have got to go to a drift event. We've got to go to watch it, to enjoy it, to follow along with it, because there's a lot into it. Because you were talking more about the drift angles and the camber that you have to put into it to help it steer and help you get more angle, and the fact that the classifications that you're in. Now, how does somebody work their way up to the, what did you call it, the pro drift?
Formula drift.
That's it.
Formula drift. Oh my gosh, that takes years and years and years and years. So, unless you are, there is a 16-year-old Formula Drift gentleman from Japan, and his name is escaping me right this second, which is going to drive me crazy because I know his name quite well. But I think he came out of the womb drifting. That kid is magic. He's sponsored by Ingenku, and like Enjuku. Yeah, Enjuku. And Minuku. Yep, that Minuku. I can't remember his last name. Anyway, he's amazing. You have to have like $40,000 to $60,000 a race to get up to that level,
Okay.
and a ton of talent.
I was getting ready to say, and there's obviously a qualification to get up to that position.
Yeah.
Too.
So when you get past my level, then you go to hot pit. When you get past hot pit and you win hot pit, then you go to Formula Drift.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize there was tiers like that, but it makes sense. License, qualification, equipment, and then gradually work your way on up. So yeah, now I'm definitely interested. Mitchell, when are we gonna book this? We gotta. You think Raul's gonna have one?
I tell you what, Raul may.
Or Victor?
I mean,
Victor would have one probably. But people down here, race tracks down here. We gotta find out so we can just go at 10 to 1 to some of them. Now tell me, how can everybody follow you on social media?
Follow me on social media. So I am on Instagram at Melissa Wahe, just spelled exactly like my name is. No hyphens, no dots, no nothing. It's just at Melissa Wahe. And then my business is at Karma Care California, all C's. So it's CARMACARE
California.
CAL. Yeah, just California. I was gonna spell it all out, but thank you.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to mess you up. Up there.
So it's at Karma Care California, and then and I am on the TikToks, but I don't do a lot on TikTok, but I'm gonna start because I have to, I think.
Right.
So I'm on the TikToks. It's just Melissa Wahe again and Karma Care California, and I am on the YouTubes as Melissa Wahe. There are no other Melissa Wahes, as it were.
Really?
There are none.
That's a good thing.
yeah, you're the only one that shows up.
I'm the only one.
That's a good thing.
So yeah, that's it. So that's how you find
easy.
me. Yeah.
You see, and that's the good thing because once we're concluded here, this is going to be uploaded to YouTube, and then we're going to upload it to Spotify and Kick.
Okay.
So
Great.
it's going to be on different platforms for everybody to enjoy, and we're also going to continue to share it to different drifting platforms that we come across and stuff to share. And I tell you, now I got to tell everybody now, just like we mentioned earlier, and in case somebody missed it, we met Miss Melissa and her husband at the lobby.
Oh no,
did you say it?
Boyfriend.
Excuse me.
Boyfriend.
Oh, that's all right.
Excuse me. We met Miss Melissa and her boyfriend there in the. Ooh, that could have got in trouble. Okay, in the lobby of the hotel at Indianapolis in December at the PRI show. Mitchell and I, we were just walking out. It's snowing. Okay, we get to the hotel and we got our bags already there ready to go. So we're trying to get an Uber. Well, Mitchell's trying to get an Uber. It's hard getting one locked in. Miss Melissa was there, literally standing right next to us with a boyfriend. And there's a lot of people down there waiting on Ubers and stuff like that, trying to get a ride. And anyway, ours couldn't come through. And then y'all turned around like going, hey, we got one coming.
Well, ours jumped up in price.
Oh, yeah, like double.
I mean, it went to another $25 than what it originally was.
Before we get a button, it was going up
Right.
25, and he looked at me and it going up another 25 and that kind of thing. So y'all turned around and like, hey, we got one locked in if y'all want to go because we got to go to the airport right now too. It's like, perfect. So we're like, okay. So we cancel ours. This nice lady pulled up in this little small 4-door and got there, opened the trunk, and I'm looking, and she has all her groceries packed in there, including bread. And I'm like going, oh boy. So we got to get our luggage in there. So I wore very, very gentle, put her food up there and packed the bread right on top so she can see it in the mirror. And got all our luggage packed in there. So Mitchell's up front and we're all packed in the back like sardines. I mean, just packed in. So they're sitting in there with two strangers. We're sitting in there with two strangers. You know how it is. So anyway, in a snowstorm, and they haven't had a chance to pull the plows out yet to clear the roads. So boom, we get on the road and we're doing 30 miles an hour, 35, whatever, all the way to the airport. Carrying on the conversation, that's where we find out, what brings you to PRI, and that's where we get to find out your wonderful history and what you enjoy doing.
And thank goodness our driver didn't start drifting.
Oh yeah, all the while Mitchell's up front going, "You're doing a great job. You're doing a fantastic job." They're back here looking at each other, and I'm over here looking at traffic coming really close to me on my side, and then going away. Thank goodness. On their side was nothing, but my side had all the action. So
well, they did have a semi passed on that side.
We did.
Okay. Well, I'm trying to keep it together, keep from crying and other things like that. But anyway, you know what I mean. Just got to keep things under
Robert
control.
was freaking out just a little bit.
Hey, call it what you will. Okay, I was observant. Okay,
Yeah,
I
you
wasn't
were.
freaking out. I was observant, and I saw things coming and going, and where things shouldn't be coming and going.
And I'm just sitting up there just as loose as can be and talking.
Yeah, because he had the whole picture winded. I didn't. I had that headrest, and that big old top of his mug right there. So anyway, but we got there they dropped us off, and they took off on their flight, and we took off eventually on ours. So that's how we met Miss Melissa and her boyfriend. That's literally how we met.
Yeah.
Okay, got your contact info and then hit you up around December, and we're like, well, I think so. And we started going back and forth on schedule until here we are. So,
Yeah.
And behind her is what she got from PRI.
That's right. My sim.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. You did say that. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, now you're just showing off. Whoa. Oh. Mitchell, was I like the one that was out front?
Yeah, pretty much.
That's not. Now, is that the one where the seat articulates also?
It's
or not?
not.
Okay.
I can't. That one made me sick.
I asked her about that.
Really?
She says, no, I did not get that one.
Okay. Because we were just sitting there just watching this going, oh my goodness. So
I wanted to try it. I really did. I wanted to jump in and try it, but man, you had to pick a number thing and you had to wait to be able to do it. And we were so busy trying to go around and visit with people and do little interviews and stuff here and there on the floor. Just ran out of time. And someone asked me the other day, said, do you get to see everything when you go to PRI? I said, no.
No.
not even close. Not even close.
Nope.
If you
Not
have,
as bad as SEMA, but it's still not.
if you have zero objective, meaning you don't have a schedule at PRI, and you start at the get-go and you just go nonstop, literally just walk and turn around and come up, yes, you can get through it.
Yeah.
But as soon as you stop and talk for what you think is only 2 or 3 minutes, 30 minutes is gone easily. And, and it just progresses from there. So it's steadily.
Yeah, we're trying to catch all the announcements from racing associations to get that stuff put out on our page. It's a lot of work, but it's still fun.
Yeah.
And you see, and that leads to the next thing. We need you to keep in contact with us and send us information of your events and the events you plan on attending, because we will post them on the page.
Okay, great.
We'll post them on the spot motorsports media for everybody to see, because we have people not only the East Coast over here, but also West Coast, and as we mentioned to you before, Australia, which I doubt they're going to come over to go drifting, but you never know.
Yeah. That's
Well, they do a lot of rallying over there.
Yeah.
Well, but we have Miss Michelle Mackey who owns and operates the only drag strip in Alaska.
Oh, okay.
We've interviewed her, and she's coming down. Mitchell, I forgot to tell you this. She's coming down and will be in Gainesville this Saturday, and is supposedly going to rent a car to run Sportsman with us. So,
that's amazing.
Yeah, so she's coming from Alaska, not to see us, but she's coming from Alaska down here to see some friends and things like that, and to attend some of the events around here, and she's going to be hanging out with a couple of us, so that's going to be kind of cool. So I almost called her Miss Melissa. I said, no, there's only one Miss Melissa, so I'm sorry about that. Getting carried away. But I tell you, we encourage everybody to follow Miss Melissa, and also to reach out to Karma Care. Okay, especially if you're in the area, if you're in the California area, you can definitely reach out to them, because they're offering something for everybody. Okay, from the beginner on up, all the way up to beginning. I say beginning parents, but you know what I mean. New parents, you know what I mean. making them aware of the seats and all that. So there's a lot that you provide for people. So we encourage everybody to go follow them there, to follow them on YouTube, follow them on Instagram, and also follow the Ultimate Drift Challenge. Okay, as they're going to be involved with that this year. And so we definitely encourage everybody to do that and to follow along.
Oh, do you know if that will be live streamed on some kind of platform?
It's usually live streamed on YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because if not, then just if you provide some tickets, we'll come out there and live stream it. So you know what I mean?
Okay.
You know, we'll have to pencil that in on PTOs and stuff like that. But that's a different story altogether, and all that good stuff. But I tell you what, Miss Melissa, we wish you nothing but the best this year, on everything, on your future racing career, your future career in the movies and everything like that, and your business. We wish you nothing but the best, and we hopefully will get a chance to catch up with you this year at the PRI show.
Yes, I'll be there.
Okay, well,
and don't laugh. Maybe you'll get a phone call, because right now I think they're making the last Fast and the Furious movie. Maybe they'll give you a phone call. And
they might actually. I know all those people.
Do some stunt driving.
Yeah.
There you go. You can bring Vern out.
That's right.
You know, just I got a place for a camera, not a problem. We'll just have some fun with this, and you just take off through the streets. So
there you go.
You see that? I've already wrote you into the script. So okay. But anyway, Miss Melissa, we wanted to tell you thank you very much from here at On the Spot Motorsports Media to you. We wish you nothing but the best, and we appreciate you coming on and talking with us tonight.
Well, thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
We appreciate it, Miss Melissa. So everybody, we encourage you to follow Miss Melissa Wahe at all her social media platforms, and follow her this year in the Ultimate Drift Challenge. So thank you very much, Miss Melissa. Hope you have a good night.
Thank you.
All
Bye.
right,
Thank
take
you.
care. Bye.
Take care. Bye.
Bye.
I'll tell you what, that was a lot of fun. Was able to learn a lot tonight about drifting, the way the car sets up, and like she said, you know, if you want to get into it, you don't have to spend a whole lot of money. You don't have to go crazy and worry about all that stuff. You can actually start drifting your own car first before start digging in and making all the changes and all that. So
I agree. And like I said, I like the way that she approached it. And she says, you know, doing it in a safe manner. And the fact that she went from driving a stock style vehicle and she stepped up to the drift one and the challenges of it. You know, she went from naturally forcing the vehicle to flick and go around the corners to where learning how to use the e-brake to instigate it, to help initiate it. So that's cool. So yeah. And
I bet you didn't know I could drive a car with the e-brake, did you?
Well, no, but every time you tell me, I think you've told me 4 or 5 times or 6 times, and honestly, after the first time, I just blocked it out. So I know you've told me multi times, and I'm like going,
it's a lot of fun. It really is a lot of fun.
No doubt, and I would honestly like to learn. Because
you know, there's another way that you can do it if you don't have the e-brake handle. You know, your emergency brake.
Yep.
You take the lock out, so when you push down your emergency brake, it doesn't lock.
Oh,
so point. You can control it up and down, and you can do the same thing with that emergency brake pedal that you can with your e-brake.
When my brakes went out in my car once, I was coming back from work and I was close. I've split a brake line. Actually, it was on the way to work. Okay, and all of a sudden the pedal goes to the floor, and so you pump a couple and you get it. Luckily, I had a dual reservoir, so luckily I was able to get some front brakes and get the thing slowed down. But a lot of times I had to grab, because I had, like you said, emergency brakes on mine, so I'd grab the T-handle on the emergency brake and hold it up, leaning over now, and take my left foot and stretch over and hit the emergency brake, and that's what was slowing me down. No, I wasn't locking it, but that's why I kept my hand on it to keep it released, so that it wouldn't lock up, and I would automatic downshift and because I had to get.
Oh man, you should let it slide.
I had to get to work, but I got to work and I pinched off the brake line, put a little more brake fluid in the front, and I crept home. But I got home, I wasn't going fast, but I crept home. And,
I tell you what, we're going to take a little commercial break. We'll be right back after these messages, and we'll close the show down.
Reliability to drive thousands of miles. Confidence for those who fly high. Redline oil products give you the power to crush the competition. And a track record of being the best. Redline oil products. You push it to the limit, we'll protect it.
Ready to take your engine to the next level? Scorpion Racing Products delivers precision-engineered, high-performance rocker arms that dominate the track. 100% CNC machined in the USA with aerospace-grade aluminum for unmatched strength and durability. Our rocker arms handle extreme conditions with multiple ratios available to fit your needs. Backed by our exclusive lifetime warranty. When performance matters, choose Scorpion Racing Products. Proven, reliable, unstoppable.
With more than 30 years of engine and drivetrain experience, Big Stuff is your one-stop total power management solution. Whether you're controlling a 600 horsepower street car and want the best drivability, or have a 6,000 horsepower race car, need the most bulletproof, reliable control hardware, Big Stuff can do it all. All of our components are designed and manufactured right here in the USA, including our computers, wiring harnesses, touchscreen displays, and more. Nothing is built offshore, and we take pride in being one of the only automotive aftermarket manufacturers that can say this. Learn more at bigstuff3efi.com or connect with us on Facebook and Instagram for more information.
Again, I want to thank everyone for joining us tonight on our podcast. And I'll tell you what, this weekend we're going to be back out at Gainesville Raceway for race number 3 and race number 4. Hopefully race number 4 on Sunday. Looks like the weather may get us. Not quite for sure yet, but it doesn't look good, Robert. But we definitely will bring the racing action on Saturday, and hopefully we can get Sundays in as well. And then next Tuesday night, I want to say we have Richard Gaston joining us, NHRA Pro Stock Motorcycle rider. And no, it is not him. Is it Tim Barrett?
Tim Barrett on the 19th, next Thursday.
Okay, Tim Barrett, and then it will be Gaston.
Yep, on the 24th. So Tim Barrett, next Thursday night, NHRA Stock Eliminator racer out of the Northeast. Got a beautiful, actually it's an original Z28, beautiful 69 Camaro. And which he runs a stock eliminator, so he's a staple up there. So he's going to join us, and he and his family, and it's really good because they participate in so many events. They're coming down for the Baby Gators, and the Gators are going to run down here, and with that event that Raul was putting on, was it the Chaos, Streetcar Chaos? We just posted it. Anyway, right. But in that race is also a stock super stock combo. So if anybody is here after the Baby Gators, if they wait to the very next weekend and the very next Saturday in South Georgia, they get to run for $4,000 for stock super stock combo, which is a good purse. So there's a lot of racing that's really, really, really starting to pick up. I'm looking forward to Saturday. Hopefully I can, knock some cobwebs off. I've been doing a lot of work and family and stuff like that, so it's just slowed things up, but so is life. But I tell you, and like Mitch, we thank everybody for following us on the Spot Motorsports Media, and thank you for everybody commenting and liking the articles. Mitchell writes a lot of articles, does a lot of research, and writes.
Yeah, we'll be having one coming out tonight about Sick Week.
Yep, I got one I'm working on, but I got to get some feedback from some others before I respond or before I write it. But yes, thank you very much for following, and we also encourage everybody, if you haven't subscribed yet to YouTube, to our YouTube channel, that you go and do that. We're close. We're 75 people, we're 75 subscribers away from our initial goal of 1,000 subscribers. So we encourage everybody to go over there and subscribe, hit the bell, and turn that on. We're starting to upload little videos and stuff like that from Sick Week that we took to that also, little clips. But also we want to thank everybody that is working with us this year, including Redline Synthetic Oil, Scorpion Racing Products, and also Big Stuff EFI, Total Power Management. We want to tell them thank you very much for coming on board with On the Spot Motorsports Media this year. And Mitchell and I are trying to do everything we possibly can. It's a challenge. It's a challenge. Schedules, PTOs, financial, you know how that goes. But I want to tell everybody, thank you very much for following us, encouraging us. And also, if there's anybody that you would like us to reach out to, please let us know. Please get us in contact with them. And it doesn't have to be drag racing. It could be something else, because now we've had a drifter, we've had land speed, we've had circle track, we've had motorcycle racing, and of course drag racing.
Yep.
So,
and like you said, we got Tim Barrett coming on the 19th.
Yep.
I will be traveling to Valdosta for Lights Out
Yep.
on Saturday and Sunday. Come back
Yep.
the 24th. We have NHRA Pro Stock Motorcycle Champion Richard Gaston joining us
Yep.
on the 24th. So,
and then that weekend is the Lucas Oil race in Orlando for D2. And then once you go past that, then we have a couple others.
got the Gator Nationals and then the Baby Gators.
Yep.
Yes.
And we have some others.
Yes.
But we got so many feelers out there. We're trying to get them all. We're trying to get them worked out with people.
Billy Carroll will be our first interview on March the 3rd.
Yep. That's a Tuesday, unless he comes down to the Gators. If he comes down to the Gators, then we'll delay it and we'll interview him at the track. Yep. But like I said, so ladies and gentlemen, we're trying, but we encourage also everybody to follow along on all the other podcasts, including Driver's Interview with Bobby Fazio, Drag Talk Weekly. Okay, just to name a few. Okay, we encourage everybody to follow along with those guys. They do excellent. They really, really do. So, from Mitchell and I, we appreciate everybody, and we hope everybody has a good night.
Everyone, take care, and we'll see you soon.